Sideline Sit Down on a afternoon. Welcome to the show, everybody, on Rio Sports Live, joined by the Saucedo sisters, Alexa and Iliana. Girls, welcome. Thanks for joining the show.
Thank you for having us.
Definitely. There'll probably be a little bit of a delay here with my internet to you guys, but glad you guys could make it on. How have you guys been?
Good. We've been doing good. We've been playing a lot recently.
Definitely. Yeah, I've seen that. I've been keeping up with you guys. You all were just at a weekend's tournament this past weekend. Like for you guys, and where was it at?
Where's you, Tomo? Oh, wait, can you repeat the question? It kind of lagged.
Oh, sorry. Y'all were in a tournament this past weekend. Where was that at, and how did it go for you?
Oh, we did a tournament in Portland this weekend. We did good as a team. We went 4-1 this weekend. 4 wins and 1 loss, and I think we did good overall. Like us two, because I had a home run this weekend. The score that started off a rally in our first bracket game, and then she did good.
Yeah, I played short, so I made a lot of defensive plays. Other than that, it was a pretty good tournament overall for us and our team.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. You guys were able to play in a lot of tournaments. I saw over the summer. We were able to do that. We saw some teams they were limited with their practices, limited with tournaments. We saw tournaments get canceled. Just what was that like being able to you guys have on being able to play throughout the summer consistently?
It was kind of good. It was kind of a regular, it added regularity into a non-regular situation because we're used to playing all summer. So having softball still with us was good. Even though we weren't traveling as much as we would normally travel, it's still something that put regularness in our lives.
All right. And Alexa, for you, being involved in the training world, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but, looking at it from a trainer's point of view and considering, the state that we're in, how did you feel as far as the way these tournaments went with guidelines and social distancing and wearing masks? How did you see that from that point of view?
I honestly thought they did a really, really good job of kind of keeping everybody socially distanced and keeping everybody safe. The majority of the fans were wearing masks, and if they weren't, then they were pretty separated out. Even the girls were separated out, like on the field. We really didn't use the balls from each other. Like our team had our own specific ones and their team had their specific ones. So I think they did a really good job of kind of keeping everybody safe and like everything being really sanitized and stuff like that. So I thought it was good.
Definitely. And now that summer ball is pretty much a wrap, we're heading into the new school year, into the fall semester for you all. Looking back at some things that you felt you improved on as far as on the field goes, and also you'll take on the DH role here and there. So what were some things you felt you improved on this summer? Iliana, we'll start with you.
I feel like my consistency hitting, like continuing to hit. I've always been more of a hit or miss kind of person. Like I hit big shots or I miss. But I feel like this year I really upped my batting average and became more consistent with hitting good shots.
And is that a testament to, did you work on a lot of key work, a lot of soft toss, or what were some?
So we have our batting cage in our backyard, and we really did work a lot of drills and front toss. My dad threw us a lot of front toss this summer, and we do this PVC pipe work and just all these different kinds of drills.
And how about in the circle? Did you get a lot of time in the circle this summer?
Yes, I did. I've got a lot of good pitching time. I would say that I really improved on my curveball's movement and my rise ball's movement and my changeup. I hadn't had a good changeup, but it's been coming along recently.
And how's your velo? Did your velo go up or did it stay?
It kind of stayed
consistent.
Yeah.
Stayed the same. And Alexa, how about you? You're right there with Iliana at third base. And then also you can hit the ball at the park You've had a good career at the plate in your time at South. So what are some things that you felt you improved on?
Well, because I moved from third to short, this summer's kind of given me more time to work on my timing, like how I read the balls differently, because third and short are really different when it comes to reading balls and like my range. So it gave me a lot of time to work on that. I think I improved a lot on that. My hitting, like Ellie said, we've been doing a lot of drills, so I think my hitting's coming along. I really wasn't that much of a consistent hitter for South. I was good at my defense, but my hitting was on and off. So I think this summer really gave me a lot of time to kind of fix my swing and work on my power and stuff like that. So I think I improved both on defense and offense this summer.
Yeah, you guys are getting ready for now. Alexa, you're going to be a senior. Iliana, you're going to beat up on you guys. Heading into the new school year, with Harlingen South, you guys specifically, I believe you guys are going online.
We're starting off the school year online in the September month, and then we're going back to full face-to-face in October. We're not doing hybrid. We're going to full week school when we do come back to face-to-face school.
Okay. And as far as fall ball goes, I know that's the next part of the softball season. Any talk with fall ball or anything like that on maybe what might happen?
No, we really, I think they're still trying to figure that out right now, because we know that football is still coming along, but for softball, we really haven't, I don't think they've really decided if we're going to do a fall ball or not. Martinez hasn't really said anything about that.
Well, not for school. We usually do one where we come in that school league, the fall winter league, but for travel ball, we'll continue to play with our organization right now throughout the fall, but with the older team this year.
Okay. And, before we wrap up travel ball, tell us a little bit more about your travel ball team, because I know the people here in the Valley are familiar with MVP, Chaos, Heat, Fully Loaded, Thunder. So tell us your team name, and for the people that don't know where they're from, just tell us a little bit about y'all's travel ball team.
So we play for Athletics Mercado, and our team is based out of San Antonio, but the organization is based out of Orange County, California, around there. And our head coach is Ismael Vasquez, and our organization leader is Jim Bonola. And Jim Bonola used to be an organization leader for Blaze before he switched over. And we just think that it's been a really good opportunity for us because we've gotten to travel all over the country and play softball with them and see the connections that they have and look at their coaching point of view versus others. And we really like this team, and we think we're going to stay with them.
Alexa, for you, being one of the older girls, where a lot of the girls primarily out of? Are they from San Antonio, down south, and in between, or what's the team made up of, more or less?
The team, they're from all over Texas. Some are from Austin, some are from Dallas, or we're from the Valley. Some are out of San Antonio, so they're kind of all over Texas. There isn't one specific spot that they're kind of based out of. It's a really good mixture for all of us because we get really good girls from all over Texas, which makes us a really, really strong team. And I like that about the girls, that it's not one specific area. We get the best of every area in Texas.
Right. We're here for our first show at 1:00 on Rio Sports Live. We're joined by Iliana and Alexa Saucedo on our Sideline Sit Down. Moving on, talking about this past season and how everything kind of just went out in a hurry. I know really in the entire school year with all the sports combined, and then of course for softball, I know all the softball nerds, myself included, was really excited when we saw Lyford and South on the schedule. That game just had just a little bit of everything in it. You guys wound up winning. Lyford was, I think, they were undefeated at that time. And talking with people because they have the offense, I understood you guys were in a little bit of a slump when y'all lost to Pioneer, and the offense really wasn't kind of finding its groove until that game. And I said, well, if they can score, they can definitely win this game, and then this game might be the game they need to really set them off, give them the momentum they need getting ready for district play. And that's exactly what happened. Did you guys feel the same way, that that was the breakout game and the momentum game you guys needed to get the season going?
Yes, we did. We all were really excited about winning that game. We were really excited for the season after that. We're like, oh, this is going to be a good year for us. And we're going to come off. We're going to start hitting and have a really powerful season like we did the season prior and go deep in the playoffs. And then it just cut off there and made us sad because we're like, we had so much potential this season.
Right. And I don't remember who tweeted it out, but the video I had of you guys breaking the huddle in the dugout, I forgot, it might have been Christina or Quintana. Who'd have thought that had been our last game for the year? So when you step back and look at it, you're like, wow, you know, kind of a bit of a reality check for you guys, just a little bit.
A little bit. It was because we were just so excited. We're like, oh my gosh, like we're finally out of our slump. And then looking back at it, it's like, wow, like that could have gone so well. And then COVID hit and we're like, oh my gosh, like that's so sad. We had such a great team and it was just really disappointing that we weren't able to kind of go through that year like we had imagined that we were going to.
And you know, Tina, Kitana, those two girls in the lineup, along with Alyssa, you two, you guys had a lot of power in that lineup. But now, looking forward to next year, you two are back. You still have Alyssa Ledesma, who's one of the best out there. How are you guys feeling right now, looking at your lineup next year and offensively and the things you guys can do?
Looking at it right now, with the girls that we have right now, we have a pretty strong lineup, but we're looking at the newcomers because we know quite a bit of newcomers and we're not that afraid of losing any power. There's some really good freshmen coming up that we know about and that we don't know about yet. So we're really confident that we'll be able to fill the gaps with those new players that are going to bring something different to the team that we didn't know that we needed, and that all the gaps will be filled for sure.
And I'm saying, hey, yeah, you're right. You know, there's no shortage of star power. I mean, she had a really, really good game against Lifer that night. So that just goes to your point about being, you know, so potent on offense. Alexa, for you, being it that it's going to be your senior year, has any of those senior emotions kind of started to hit? I'm sure probably just a little bit more in its own way because of the level of uncertainty that we're in. We're not in normal times.
It has definitely really hit me. The season may or may not happen. It's kind of right now I'm happy that they're kind of like trying to figure out a way to do that so that I can have my senior season. All those emotions about like next year, like it's gonna be my last year. It's sad, but I'm also kind of happy that they're trying to figure out a way for me to have my senior year because it's really, really important to me, and I really want to like have that final year with my team and my girls, because that's my family. So it has hit me a lot, especially recently because school's about to start. But if we're lucky enough to have a season, I would be so grateful because that's so important to me right now.
With what you can share, what are your plans maybe down the road after graduation as far as playing college ball? Has that surfaced at all? Has that been in the conversation?
Yeah, so because of COVID, recruiting has been a little shaky recently. So it's iffy for me. I do obviously want to play college ball, like that has been my dream. I kind of narrowed down my college list so far, and then next year, our travel ball coach, he's very, very good at what he does. So there will be a place for me. It's not determined yet, but hopefully next year we can really get that kind of locked down so that I can really enjoy my senior year.
you two really came onto the scene when y'all first came to Harlingen South. And I remember when I first met you guys, I had said that summer before, all the talk was that there was a pair of sisters coming from Florida to Harlingen South, and that they were going to bring a lot of pop and an arm to the South lineup. Then came the home runs, then came the big innings, and then Iliana, for you, they're moonshots for you. I mean, you never seen anybody hit the sit down the way you do. It's kind of like unnormal. Then came the name the Bash Sisters that I gave you guys a couple years ago. Has that name stuck at all, just a little bit? Because I honestly, it kind of slipped my mind because we haven't been talking about softball, but I'm like, wait a minute, I'm like, those are the Bash Sisters because you guys are hitting home runs left and right.
It kind of has slipped our mind since we left school, but I think when we get back into school ball play, it's gonna resurface as the Bash Sisters. We actually have a picture of us that says the Bash Sisters on it under it, the news clipping right behind us.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's right. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that photo. That, and then I think we did that story a couple years ago with Murderers Row with you, Quintana, Crystal Gonzalez, Christina Ariano. So definitely a lot of good memories so far from you guys. How have you guys adjusted to the pandemic as far as off the field and just being a human being and having to, I mean, gosh, I have a mask in my pocket naturally with me these days. How have you guys adjusted to all the guidelines and practicing the social distancing and wearing a mask and keeping clean?
Well, we just kind of stay home a lot. We've been working out a lot because we have time and picking up all these different hobbies and doing stuff at home to try to keep ourselves away from most people. But when we do go out, it's always, oh, I forgot my mask. Where's my mask? We try to keep them on us at all times.
Yeah.
And we were moving into our new house, so that gives us something to do now that we don't have all of our normal summer activities to do.
Alexa?
Honestly, same thing as her. I really haven't been doing much, just the workouts and the drills and we're gone, I want to say almost every weekend with our new travel ball team. The moving into the house is going to be great. My dad just started painting yesterday. So
Mhm.
couple of things to just keep ourselves busy because of all the things that we really can't do right now.
Definitely. How about anything on Netflix? You guys binge watch anything? I know for the couple months, I know March and April were really where we really couldn't go anywhere. And I know a lot of people were a lot of Netflixing. What are you guys currently binge watching?
I binge watch New Girl and Umbrella Academy. Those are my two shows. And I really watch Grey's Anatomy too. That's another one.
I don't know. Anything on Netflix you can think of, I've probably watched it. But I want to say my main one right now is probably Criminal Minds and Grey's Anatomy because they're the longest. So I'm like, by the time it gives me a lot to watch within this time that we really can't do anything. So I want to say those are probably my two biggest ones that I watch.
And Alexa, we talked about you being a trainer. Has Mama Doc talked to you at all on baseball season coming? I know they have their own issues they got to do with themselves and from the training perspective.
Oh gosh, I did actually text her a little bit ago to kind of ask her if we were going to be doing anything differently from last year, which I kind of assumed that we were because of this whole pandemic. She said that there are going to be a lot of things that we're going to be doing differently, but she wasn't able to clarify because they're still figuring out a good amount of those things. So she said that once she knows for sure that the trainers were all going to have a meeting just to discuss all those things and kind of get all of our questions answered. So I really don't have a specific answer right now because they're not totally sure at the moment.
Right. Looking back, sticking with last year and softball season, you guys played against New Braunfels Canyon. Because earlier in the show you mentioned about you guys playing with girls from around the state. seeing different speeds, seeing different kinds of spins on the ball. How much does that help when you guys go just to your high school team and seeing girls like Aaliyah Pritchett, or she had that devastating changeup, or you see the velo go a little bit up? How much does that help for you guys?
It really does help, but I don't think we've ever seen another pitcher like Pritchett. She was pretty good. But seeing all those different pitching types, like wind-up styles, it really does help when we come back down here, because we see so many fast pitchers that we've come back and we're ready. We're ready for any pitcher that's out there. And we play a lot of the pitchers down here and we know them, so we kind of know everybody's pitching styles already. But we'll be ready for anyone new that comes in and we haven't seen before.
Yeah, playing all those different teams, and seeing like all the power that comes from them, even for defense, it really helps us to kind of keep our skills up and keep them sharp, because all those good teams from around the country, they come and we play them. So it really keeps us on our game. So the minute that we come in a travel ball, we're ready to go.
And Alexa, you had mentioned, you had made this switch from third to short. How has that transition been for you?
It was a little hard at first because third, there really isn't much time to think about anything. Like the minute they hit it, like I already have it and I'm already going to throw to first. Short's a little bit different. You have all that time to really process the ball, how fast it's coming, the different hops that it may give you, or the hops that you don't know about. The range is totally different. So it was hard for me at first, but all this time that I've been at short playing for my travel ball team, it really helped me transition. So I should be ready to go when high school comes around. It really helped a lot.
Definitely. And Iliana, you've been lobbying between left field and pitcher. Any new positions this summer that you may have been working on? Or
no,
I just want to stick to left field and the circle.
I stay in the circle and in the outfield. I'm not really, I wouldn't say I'm really made for the infield. I stick to the outfield and pitcher and just honing in on those skills.
Definitely. And then of course, having a sense of normalcy with seeing your Twitter feed filled with the NBA, NFL talks, even the NHL, and most importantly, baseball. We're seeing that Major League Baseball is back for this past week now. As sports fans, how have you guys been able to finally get to watch some live sports?
Oh gosh, me and my dad were so excited that baseball was coming back. So we do like the Astros, but we're Cubs fans at heart. So we got to watch the first game they played, and it was awesome for us.
Yeah, as a family, we're a total Cubs fan. Like those are our number ones. But I'm really glad that I like the Yankees and the Braves too, because Judge is my favorite hitter. So I'm really glad that I get to see Judge hit again.
So did you see his 2 home runs last night?
I didn't, but I saw them on Twitter when I was scrolling through Twitter this morning.
You guys know who I like, and you know who I don't like, and the Yankees is one of them.
I know.
And that second home Judge hit, I was telling my cousin, like, dude, they cannot pitch to him. Just walk him. Just don't pitch to him. And then the next thing you know, he leaves a curveball and he crushes it. I was mad. I was like, what did I just say? I was mad. I don't like the Yankees. I was like, seriously. But all right, that's fine. But I know your parents are Astros fans, right?
No, we're all Cubs fans.
The rest of the family, they're Astros fans.
My dad's favorite team is the Cubs. So we're more Cubs fans than anything.
Definitely.
But I'd say Astros is second in line for everyone.
So then you must be a big Javi Baez fan or Chris
Oh,
Bryant.
Yes. I'm not even gonna lie about that.
Chris
boy.
Bryant and Anthony Rizzo.
Javi Baez is so smooth. Whenever I watch him play, I'm just like, oh my! Especially his tags. I love watching him with throwdowns and tags because it's so quick. I'm like, how can you be that quick?
Yeah, he's also the cover boy on MLB The Show. Javi Baez is. A couple years ago, it was Aaron Judge, and I was like, yeah, I'm still gonna buy the games I wanted, but I'm not too keen on the cover. But yeah, but being that baseball's back, for me, seeing that it was only 60 games, I thought that kind of crazy. I mean, we were expecting a shortened season, but then watching the games with no fans, I mean, my goodness, how strange is that for you guys watching the games and it's just a completely empty stadium?
Well, it's kind of strange for us because usually in the summer we do go to games. Last summer we went to a Yankees game at Yankee Stadium.
Right.
And we went to a Texans game the summer before. And so it's kind of out of whack for us because we haven't gone to one because there haven't been any. Kind of sad like that we usually want to go to them. And my dad was actually supposed to go to Cubs spring training this year in Arizona, and then that got canceled. And we're all excited about it because we love the Cubs. And then it just didn't happen. But hopefully we'll get to go sometime.
It's weird. It's
That's
probably
right, yeah.
weird for us, but it has to be like so out of the ordinary for the players, because I mean, like your home runs, you're used to hearing like all those screaming fans, like all those amazing plays, like you can hear them, and then it's just like quiet. So I mean, it's really out of the ordinary. Kind of
Right, and they were
they were also talking about home field advantage, that there really isn't that factor this year because there's no fans. That's the whole point of having home field advantage. So that's definitely something different there. But yeah, my mom actually mentioned it too. She was sad. She's like, next year we're going to do twice as many games, because she's like, we didn't get to go to any this year. And on the Facebook memories, I think yesterday was a year we were in Pittsburgh at PNC, and then a couple of days ago it was when we were in Cleveland. And I was like, man, like how things have changed. Like just a year ago, your family and mine were at baseball games, and then now like there's nothing at all.
Yeah.
So,
before we wrap up, World Series prediction time. I kind of feel where this is going, and I'll tell you what I think you guys are going to pick, but I want y'all to pick first. So, Iliana, we'll start with you. What's your World Series prediction?
Well, I'm always going to say that we think the Cubs are going to win because they just have a stout team. There's no denying it. There's Brizzo and there's Baez and Contreras. It's a great team. Yes, Anthony Rizzo and Brian.
So the Cubs out of the National League. Who's in the American League?
Oh, I don't even know that. I just go with the Cubs.
Oh my God.
I'm not very good at I don't keep up with baseball.
So the Cubs are gonna win the World Series. Doesn't matter who.
Nope. It's Cubs.
Like, don't get me wrong, we know all the teams.
Alexa,
but
Alexa, what about you? What's your World Series prediction?
straight Cubs.
Did we lose you?
Wait.
You lagged a little bit.
Did we lose you guys? Okay. Let's see. There?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Alexa,
Your World Series prediction.
Cubs. I think the Cubs are going to be there. I don't really know who they're going to play in the World Series, but they're definitely who I think are going to be there.
Well, they're off to a good start. I think they're 7-2 in the Central. So, what my prediction for you all would have been Yankees Cubs. And then I think either way, I think you guys would have been excited. That would have been my prediction for you all. If I had to pick for you, I'd have said Yankees Cubs. We'll go Astros Cubs instead. That way we can place a little wager on that for sure.
Before we go, guys, any shout outs you guys want to give out to any teammates or any coaches or family members?
We just want to say hi to our mom because she's not with us right now. She's active on COVID with the National Guard, so she's in San Antonio, and she hasn't been home a lot recently this summer because she's been active all summer. So I just want to say hi to our mom.
Definitely. Anybody else? Any teammates or travel ball buddies?
Just our high school girls because we love them. Can't wait to see y'all.
And our Uncle Chewy, because we know he's watching, because he's one of our biggest supporters. And he's actually driving us to Dallas for a tournament this weekend, or this week, for our national tournament.
Definitely a shout out to him. And I did not know that about y'all's mom, but I'll be the first to say, to thank you to her and her service and everything that's going on right now. So a big thank you to her from myself and from all the guys at Rio Sports Live. We thank your mom for her service and all the dedication she's doing right now in these crazy times. So much love and a big thank you to her.
Yeah.
All right, so that about wraps everything up here on our first show on Rio Sports Live, our Sideline Sit Down. Again, we're joined by Alexa and Iliana Saucedo joining us from their house in Harlingen. So girls, thanks for taking the time to come out on the show and keep enjoying the baseball, enjoying the Netflix, and hopefully we'll see you guys sometime soon at Harlingen South.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys. You guys take care.
Bye.